Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, flags off its nationwide campaign ahead of the 2019 general elections, promises equity, transparency and accountability. Main opposition People's Democratic Party, the PDP, takes Southwest campaign rally to Oyo State, renews commitments to restructure in Nigeria. 18 lawmakers of the Imo State House of Assembly dump ruling All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party for the Action Alliance. And China demands release of Huawei Technologies executive arrested in Canada over possible violation of sanctions against Iran.
And on business news tonight, Africa Development Bank's total sectoral investment in Nigeria tops $5 billion.
On sports news tonight, the 19th National Sports Festival officially begins following an elaborate opening ceremony of the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja.
And from Abuja, House of Representatives asks federal government to cancel privatization of Ajaokuta Steel Company and revive it with a loot recovered from a former military dictator, Sani Abacha.
We begin tonight from Awka, the Anambra State capital, where the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, flagged off its presidential campaign today amidst fanfare. The event also featured the official presentation of all the candidates the party is fielding for the 2019 general elections. Leaders of the party say that they hope to make a huge impact in the general elections next year, with retired General John Bohr as its presidential candidate.
With the floor of official campaign activities thrown open, political office seekers are setting the ball rolling, touching base with their supporters. For the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, its stronghold, Anambra, is the choice for its presidential campaign launch. Support groups, dance groups, party paraphernalia, none in short supply. All protocols observed, then the business of the day. The party's national chairman says APGA, with its choice of candidates, is bringing a lot to the table.
APGA is presenting a formidable duo. Two men that have the capacity, physically and mentally, to transform this country. APGA is serving you a beautiful buffet. Buffet of integrity, buffet of acuity, buffet of dexterity, buffet of performance.
The presidential candidate.
The party's presidential candidate takes the crowd at the Alex Ekweme Square on a journey, turning to the biblical account of David and Goliath to deliver his message.
Like David, the little son of Jesse, with God on my side, I will lead you to victory. With my sling and a few little pebble stones, I will hit and defeat Goliath, the APC and PDP.
As the event winds down, some party officials believe the party has been able to sell its candidate to the people.
It was an opportunity for us to showcase our presidential candidates and then our senatorial candidates and House of Reps candidates. Everybody must participate. I know some of them are worried about the fact that their vote may not have counted in 2015, but it wouldn't happen again in 2019. So they should all come out and vote next year.
APGA is the ruling party in Anambra State. The party clinched Anambra Central Senatorial District and can also boast of some members of the House of Representatives in its fold. But the question on whether it has the political stature to win at the center will be answered at the poll next year.
As the All Progressive Grand Alliance carries out its own campaign in Anambra State, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, has also flagged off its own presidential campaign in the southwest today, with party supporters convening on the Mapo Hall, Ojaoba in Ibadan, Oyo State. At a rally, the presidential candidate of the party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, promised that he would ensure that all processes leading to the much-clamored restructuring of the nation will be set in motion in 6 months if given the votes of the Southwest.
Introduce to you the man that you have been waiting for, and before he comes on stage.
The stage is set for the campaign of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. And supporters have come out to celebrate the party's candidate for the 2019 presidential elections. Many bigwigs of the party are also here. The national chairman of the PDP, Uche Secondus, Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki, PDP senators, and former governors. The Senate President, in his capacity as the Director General of the campaign, connects with the people in the local dialect. He extols the virtues of the party's candidates.
By February, all of you.
Confidence is high that 2019 is the year of the PDP. And the national chairman says it's only a matter of time before the inevitable happens.
He is the man that will take over in May 29, and he will rescue Nigeria from all the suffering, from all the hunger, and from all the insecurity.
The running mate of the candidate is former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi. He urges the supporters to see the PDP option as the best to solve their problems.
Even I want job, what Atiku? Even I want make your children go to school, what Atiku? I put food for table. That is all.
Then, the moment the crowd has been waiting for arrives, the introduction of Atiku Abubakar. It's all about assurances, and the presidential candidate does not disappoint in this regard.
I will assemble the best team so that we can return prosperity to our country. Today, I stand before you to pledge that within 6 months, we shall start the process of reconstructing this country so that every part of the country.
The PDP train will be moving across the country, and everywhere it goes, the objective is to win over more people for their cause, which is to win come 2019.
Staying with politics, the war of words between the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshiomhole, and some leaders of the party appears far from over. This time, the Imo State Governor, Rochas Okorocha, is pleading with President Muhammadu Buhari to call the APC national chairman to order. In a statement by his chief press secretary, Governor Okorocha accuses Mr. Oshiomhole of enthroning the culture of rascality in the party in less than 6 months after taking over the leadership. He asked the APC leader to borrow a leaf from the president, who, according to him, has never used any foul language on any Nigerian. The governor adds, quote, APC does not belong to Oshiomhole. He should therefore be advised to carefully select his words when he is talking about certain categories of Nigerians. And he should also find out why he is the only one talking about APC and no other member of the National Working Committee of the party is doing so, end of quote. Governor Okorocha insists that the earlier the APC chairman is called to order, the better for the party. In the meantime, 18 of the 27 lawmakers of the Imo State House of Assembly, including the Speaker, Achoihim, have defected to the Action Alliance AA party from the ruling All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. The Speaker, Achoihim, made this known at the emergency plenary session today while reading a letter written by the defectors. He says that 15 members of the ruling APC in the House of Assembly, including himself, and 3 members of the opposition People's Democratic Party, the PDP, in the House, have officially joined the Action Alliance party to further their political life. He explains that the defectors have cited injustice, impunity, and abuse of rule of law by the leadership of the APC as major reasons for dumping the party. As it stands, The Action Alliance party has the majority of the numbers in the House of Assembly, while the APC remains minority. Electoral violence is one issue many Nigerians are concerned about as the 2019 general elections draws closer, and some have been proffering what they consider as solutions to the challenge. For a former chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, Professor Chidi Odinkalu, ensuring electoral justice and adherence to code of ethics by law enforcement agencies is key for credible elections. Similarly, legal practitioner GT Ogunye says that the responsibility to avert electoral violence rests squarely with the federal government. Both were guests on our breakfast show, Sunrise Daily.
Electoral justice is where you begin. Count votes right and let whoever gets the highest votes fairly be declared winner. We should not go into elections with a predetermined outcome or mindset. Oh, that person has to win or that person has to win. Let the person who gets the most votes from the people win. We don't have to like the person. The person doesn't have to be from our village or go to the same church or mosque with us. They just have to get the most votes, period, credibly. That's number one. The second thing I think we need to do, can the security agencies publish their rules of engagement and concept of operations and rules of ethics for their involvement in elections? The security agencies have a role to protect human life. That is their role. They don't have a role in rigging elections. The hierarchy of the security agencies must produce clear rules, concept of operations and rules of engagement and rules, code of conduct for every operator who is going to be deployed in zones where elections will take place under security, deeper security role.
If you have electoral justice, you will have fulfilled the first condition to ensuring that electoral violence doesn't occur. However, I agree that the state has to be proactive. I usually say that, yes, their duty is to run a country and not a cemetery. I like the rhyming scheme. They have to be proactive about it. Because if you allow violence to overshadow election, it then implicates the issue of your legitimacy, even after you have secured that mandate. So the state has a responsibility. I'm talking about the federal government of Nigeria that established INEC, that is in control of the police, the SSS, all the security apparatus in the country, ensuring that there is security for the election.
In part two, after the break, federal government releases 33 billion naira to speed up work on second Niger bridge, built for completion in 2022. Please stay with us.